This is Eric. This is my channel, Cajun Blade. Today we're going to do a little work on a cuticle. So I know I had my last honing was on a cuticle, but this one will be a little different. This cuticle here is a Boo 7, and it has been shaped, curved. It's a convex cuticle, shaped on a 9-degree wheel. It is not elliptical this way. It's just shaped on one curve here. I've been experimenting this for a little while. The way I look at it and what I've been working with this to is to thin out behind my bevel. Not necessarily am I looking at having multiple wheels to get behind the bevel, because I'm not willing or ready to change completely how I hone. And all I'm looking to do is, if I have to set the bevel on a flat stone, correct the bevel on a flat stone, and then use my convex coticule to hone behind the bevel to thin it, and then finish out on a flat stone. I'm not here to convert anybody or to make a revelation. But what I have noticed is that on like a gold dollar or some of my razors, every razor I've tried it on actually, is thinning behind it has made a more comfortable shave. So I can't say I'll do all my razors. I definitely won't shape all my stones, but I'm also a person that if I see an advantage, another tool in my toolbox I can use that helps out this process, I'm gonna use it. So today we're gonna take this Tory, JR Tory American razor. Right, good shape for old razor. It's a little bigger than, it's not quite a 6/8, it's a 11/16 I'd call it. And we're gonna put a layer of tape on her, and then we're gonna go ahead, and this one hasn't been done yet. We have a good edge on here, the bevel's fine. We're gonna go ahead and put a layer of tape, and we're gonna thin the bevel out with this cuticle. So I'm not versed in the all the correct verbiage of maybe the convex talk, but I may have said that wrong. I'm thinning behind the apex on the bevel. All right, this is a Super 88 Thuringian. I'm gonna go ahead and slurry this with this concave cuticle I made to shape this stone. So it's done the same way on a 9-degree wheel, and it's basically so I can keep my base stone true. All right, so that's probably a little more slurry than I want. It is more slurry than I want. The razor is sharp. It had a cuticle on it, so I don't think I have to. I'm not gonna join the edge, and I'm not gonna reset a bevel. So I'm basically gonna use a misty slurry, or a little more than misty slurry, and use that to cut behind the apex. And basically here, I won't finish on this stone, because theoretically I'm not all the way reaching it. I'm gonna finish on another stone to finish. That'll be coming up. Okay. So because it's a convex stone, any kind of this way changes the angle. Of course, the more I go here, the closer I get to the apex. I'm not saying I won't do some of that, but on the other razors, I guess it's been 4 of them I've honed this way on this stone. I've had good results, and I basically did do some roll neck strokes at the end to creep more closer behind the apex. Hope everybody's doing good today. It was kind of a slow week for content, and you start to see some videos out today and last night. Springtime is here in the south. Summertime's not far away, month and a half away from hurricane season. Not sure what that is. Piece of electrical tape. So here in this first stage of Delicate, I am putting infamous medium pressure, which means I'm turning into the edge without, I'm not torquing into the edge, but I am turning into the edge, if you can follow me. And all I'm trying to look for is start to get some undercut the same down it, which I am getting now. Good. My first little dilution. So in my previous home is like this. I didn't go all the way to running water, but I did go to water. Made however many laps I needed to better reduce to feather light pressure and maintain undercut. You can see here we're getting undercut all the way to the heel. This little Blue 7 is a good size. This one here in particular is 5 inches long by a little over 2 inches on the widest part. Bang for your buck. If you can get these irregular blue stones that are, I mean, I don't mind a round one, but this is my preferred. This stone in particular is, of course, this is your standard, right? So you don't know the vein. I've had some standards where you could identify as a gris, but I'm not sure what this vein is. It is really fast on slurry. It's not a self-slurrying stone much on water. I would say it slows down on water, which is depending on how you look at your coticles and where you like them at. I think that may be a good thing. But I mean, look, if a cotticle slurries, self-slurries, they didn't put it to designate it to a low grit cotticle. You can always go to running water, you can go to oil, go to soap, you can go to lather, and you can maximize that cotticle and should get more out of it than what just on a water, not running water, but just a water diluted fluid on top. But this one here is kind of what I look for: fast on slurry, slow on water. And that's kind of why I picked this stone, or it is why I picked this stone to Convex. I got a handful of coticles, and because of its speed on slurry, through slurry, because what I'm doing here is a little different than actually trying to get out to the edge to sharpen. Eventually we'll get there. So when I'm doing my dilution, I'm going to work on a slurry until I can get undercut. And as I develop undercut bubbles and I'm starting to feel good about it, I'll probably spend about, this keeps killing me, I'll probably spend 10 or 15 laps before I dilute again. So I haven't played with doing many circles with this stone, with this kind of honing mindset. I'm not going to say that you can't, but I've been trying to, because the stone is convex, try to hit it straight on or with a roll and X stroke. I really don't know if a circle would be effective here, but if I have to work on like what I just did, where I didn't like what the heel was doing, I was working here, I just kind of use a half stroke and then get his attention that way. So I have about done everything I want to do here. I'm almost on water. I got to undercut with medium pressure, which tells me I am getting close to the apex with my thin I'm doing right here. Water. This is soapy water, by the way, not straight water. Very little soap in it, but it is just a little bit in my spray bottle. Another thing I've been experimenting with. Don't always use it, but I find it does bump the final product. All right. It's all the work I want to do on that stuff. Here's where we're going next. This is a German natural stone, a Thuringian. Those of you looking at it, I'm sure recognize if you're familiar with Thuringians. This is a very common size. This one here is about 6 by 1 in a piece. Thuringian is I'll say it's probably one of my top favorite natural stones. You know, there's quite a few UK stones I like. Excuse me, European hones I like, and this is probably in the top of the list, or is in the top of the list. Charlie's nice, Charlie Forest. It's but it's more of a pure finisher, like a arc. This one here, it doesn't have the range of a Cote. I guess say in the middle, in the beginning, but you can start off of let's say 8K, and then use your slurry and increase what you can get out of the stone. So the honing sensation of a Thuringian is incredibly addictive. It's a velvety feel, and before I started honing on my research or reading on them, I think the consensus to most people hone on is the slurry is not doesn't give negative effects like a milky J-Nat slurry or a milky Coticule slurry. When I say negative effects, bringing it back or lowering the equivalent grit as you would compare it to synthetic of what you get out of the stone. I think reading on a couple of forums, guys have used them for years. It's most of them have having a slurry or not having a slurry, there's a little difference, right? Because they're so slow, the slurry help you, but either it's breaking down or it's just the slurry doesn't lower your grit equivalent as much. So I may be speaking out of my ass. I'm just telling you what I read. My experience is that I've used it off of a Coticule with a slurry and finished on water and had no issue. And when I come off of a 12K, if I come to a Thuringian, I'm going to just straight water. So because I feel I have more gap to bridge. So I'm start adding some water here. I don't use oil on a Thuringian like I do with most of my hones from Europe. Because I haven't felt I had to. I have used soapy water, I should say. I haven't tried it with glycerin, but so far water, running water, and lather all produce fine edges, very comfortable edges. That's why I compared them to GNAT. And they are considerably keener than a Coticule. Of course, you've heard me talk about it before. Eric doesn't need a 30K to shave off of. What I get out of Coticule is more than enough for me. Not all Coticules. Some need help. I'm not going to pretend like every Coticule put my hands on. That would sound arrogant, but most Coticules I've used or can get me to a point, or to a point where I can jump to an arc or something finally to bump it. I wouldn't trade a Coticule for nothing. No, it's I like the fact that they how versatile they are. Something you can set a bevel and work to almost finish or finish on one stone. So this is a flat stone. So now I'm working at the apex. Pressure is low. Couldn't tell you how many grams. I just know by my honing standards, it's I'm just doing a little more than the rest of the edge on the stone. I'm just giving it a little help. Okay, this will be my last round of water. Then I'll move to that soapy water mixture I had. As you can see, undercut continues to move up. Now, if you're going to use soap or lather, you know that's going to increase the look of your undercut because of the viscosity of the fluid. So, just like when you'd have a lot of slurry. So, what I'm encouraged with is the how turbulent the fluid is in my undercut. Turbidity. I'll slow it down a little bit, make sure we're still good. My Convex Coticule, I have not I didn't buy a plate or nothing like that. I had nobody shape it. I was able to with some help with some guys that have done it before. Shape my own. Bill M has some really good content on convex honing. He's not trying to sell you nothing. He's a guy that had a good experience with what he's doing. He really believes in it, and really good guy to talk to, enjoyable guy to watch. And if you're interested in it, he'd be more than happy, I'm sure, to put you on the right path. Really, I'm liking where this razor is going right now. I haven't read the ancient text of the German handbook or none of that. Reading on pieces on the internet, I didn't have to be convinced, but also I don't have no plans to shape all my stones. But to me, common sense says if you thin out behind the apex and get more flexibility, you should yield better results. So I tried it. So far the results were positive, and I noticed the difference on some razors that I had a lot of shaves on. So far it's been a positive experience. There's a guy out there on the internet and on eBay that sells intentionally convex coticles. You can find them there. You know that I don't advertise for anybody. You haven't watched me long enough. I will endorse other owners or shavers, guys that I enjoy, because that's how I found half of the guys I watch by somebody recommending them. What's in this little spray bottle right here is hand soap, 2 little pumps, and the rest water. So not to get overly carried away with the soap. All I'm doing is trying to get something to keep up the grit off the face of the stone, get it to float up, get some reduction in friction. All right, what I'm gonna do, I think I've done enough damage here. I'm gonna pause the camera. I'm gonna wipe off my razor and pull the tape off and clean up my stone, and then we're gonna do the old packing peanut test. All right, guys, so here we go. Stars of the show: Convex, Concave Coticule, and Thuringian. Packing peanut. A new thing I've been trying. So let's go on the side. So this packing peanut test is very new to me. I've been playing with it for about a month and running it in concurrent tests with HHT. I can tell you that it is a handy indication and way less of a pain in the butt than you know, HHT. I'm not gonna buy hair. I'm gonna use my own hair, and I don't like have to jerk my own hair out or pull my shirt off and check chest hair. This is just so much easier, and it gives you a pretty good indication of when you're ready to go to the face, right? I think if you run them concurrent, a person can get comfortable with what you're used to seeing at HHT and where this equivalent is when it comes to the sound it makes or the force you're feeling that razor. Like right there, I was just letting it fall in. Basically letting the weight of the razor fall in. All right, so I think it's if you do enough testing, most people will be comfortable with it. Bill M, thank you for sharing this with us and with me, and it's been handy. So honing today, had a good time. It's something I'm getting more and more comfortable with shaping behind my the apex on my bevel. And like I said, I don't see me doing all my razors like that, but I may. And this little stone right here is gonna be a fun thing to play with. So and a Thuringian, always one of my favorites. If you haven't tried it, they're affordable stone if you stay away from the Escher name, which Escher isn't a Thuringian. Every Escher is a Thuringian, but not every Thuringian is an Escher. But this color, I have a darker one and I have this light gray blue, and I find this one I enjoy this one more. The other one is a good size, but The other one maybe have to go a little farther to get the edge. This one gives me in less time. I mean, you can pick up these stones in the UK for $50 to $70, and you can't only beat that. And like I said, I'd put it up with most J-Nats. Now, is it a complete one stone home? No, it's not. I mean, it's somewhere from mid-range to finish is where I use it at. You may be able to do more with it or less, who knows, but I've enjoyed it. So I'm glad you joined me today, and I hope you got something out of the video. I did. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate all you for joining me. This is Eric Cajun Blade. I'm out.